Welcome. My name is Catherine. Today I'm participating in the Vinyl Tag 2025. I will be answering the 20 questions created by Edward at Pretty Green Vinyl Guy. Just want to say thank you for creating these. And I'll begin with question number 1. I have all the questions written down on this clipboard. So, question number 1. Your best purchase in 2024. I found an autographed Genesis Abacab CD. It's a reissue, and I paid $3 for this. And I took a picture of it so you could see Phil Collins' signature better. Number 2, 50-year-old album from 1974. I'm going to choose Back Home Again by John Denver. I don't have the album, but I have this from 1975, his live album. And it has the 4 songs that are popular on the Back Home Again album. So I'll just read those to you. It would be Annie's Song, the title track, Back Home Again, Thank God I'm a Country Boy, Grandma's Featherbed, and This Old Guitar. And I used to sing John Denver songs in grade school music class, so that's why I chose this one. Number 3, an album that defines a genre. So I chose Enya, A Day Without Rain. This is my favorite Enya album, and it's considered new age. Number 4, best band from your home country. There's many great bands, but the one I like a lot is REM from Athens, Georgia. So I chose to show Automatic for the People because this is my favorite album by them. Number 5, an artist you dearly miss. I'm going to say again John Denver because I was a fan as a little kid. I saw him on The Muppet Show. He passed away in 1997 when I was 27 years old, and I enjoy his music very much. And I'll show you another album I have by him. This is Spirit. This is from 1975. And on the back it has a picture of him riding on a horse. And I was able to visit his memorial in his home area in Colorado, and I took some pictures. Number 6, best live album in your collection. I'm going to go with Sting's All This Time. This is from 2001, and it's a small concert he performed at his home in Italy. And I like all the songs on here. It's really beautiful. It has Fragile, 1,000 Years, All This Time, When We Dance, Roxanne, If You Love Someone Set Them Free, Brand New Day, Fields of Gold, Moon Over Bourbon Street, and If I Lose My Faith in You and Every Breath You Take. And there's other songs on here, but these are the most well-known that people know. Your partner just stumped you. This is number 7. What are you going to put on? Well, I had to think about this, but here's an album for breakup. We have Quiche Lorraine, which is an analogy about a breakup. And we also have, let's see on here, Give Me Back My Man with Cindy on vocals. Okay, number 8, best sound drums on an album. His name is Manu Katché, and he's best known for playing with Peter Gabriel on the So album and Sting's 2 album, this one, Nothing Like the Sun, and also Soul Cages. He's played with numerous artists, and I just appreciate how Sting's music is in different key signatures, and he's a very versatile drummer. He can change his genre style when he drums, because he's played with the Eurythmics, Tears for Fears, Simple Minds, Tracy Chapman, also Joni Mitchell. Number 9. Favorite artist who is a member of 2 or more bands. I'm a fan of Phil Collins, and this is one of my favorite albums by him. But seriously, every track on this album is good. Question 10. Beatles or Stones? I'm going to say the Beatles, just because as a little girl my mom was a Beatles fan, and I grew up listening to their music. I do like a lot of the Stones songs, and I have a greatest hits CD of the Stones. And I'm just going to show my Rubber Soul album, because this is one of my favorite Beatles albums. Number 11. You found a bag of weed. What are you going to listen to? Well, I never have done drugs and never will. I have no desire. But a band that did. And this is what we got. Magical Mystery Tour by the Beatles. Okay, I'm going to turn the page over. An artist's album from the 80s that you still listen to. This is number 12. I listen to this album a lot. It's Sting's Dream of the Blue Turtles. I enjoy every song on this album. "13. An artist whose political stance has soured you." So I had to rethink this question, because the artists I listen to don't really sour me. I feel like that because they're famous and they have some money, they have a unique position and they're influential, and when they write a song with a political message, I tend to listen. And I just want to give one example. Billy Joel. His tour for the Bridge album was in 1987 and 1988, and he told his New York audience that he was going to continue the tour and go to Russia and perform for those people, and the audience booed. And this was during the Cold War, when Russia and the United States were against each other and stocking up nuclear weapons. And he said in a quote that he wanted to break down the barriers of nationalism, and he also wanted his daughter Alexa not to grow up in that Cold War tension. And I remember there was a lot of anxiety about nuclear war. So when Billy returned home, he wrote a song called Leningrad. And that's on the Stormfront album. And I used to have that on a cassette tape, but I don't have it anymore. But I have this Billy Joel box set, and it has his discography on here. I mean, there's so many songs on here. And the third CD has the Stormfront songs. And I'll leave a link in the description. It's the 7th track on Billy's Stormfront album. And it's a song that I really look forward to when I listen to that album, along with Downeaster, Alexa, and the final track, So It Goes. So on that topic of politics, I just want to read a quote from John Denver. It was on a rock in the Song Garden when I visited Aspen. And it says, "Music does bring people together. It allows us to experience the same emotions. People everywhere are the same in heart and spirit. No matter what language we speak, what color we are, the form of politics, or the expression of love of our faith, music proves that we are the same." So I just wanted to look at this at a different angle, because so many artists have made a huge difference in the world with their money and helped a lot of people. and the songs they write and their music also helps people. Number 14, show a favorite record label. Well, I'm going to choose Sire Records from New York, and early Talking Heads albums are on the Sire label. Also Madonna, Erasure. So I'll pull the album out here to show you the record label. So that's Sire Records. It kind of reminds me of a paisley design. And number 15, a run of 3 great singles. Well, I have a lot of 45s in my collection, but I don't have really anything that represents one band and a run of 3 singles. But someone just gave me a box of used old 45s. I mean, there's like 100 in the box, and I'm excited to share these. So if I can just change the question and show you these 3 records. So the first one is Tears of a Clown by Smokey Robinson. This is on the Tamla label, and this is early Motown before they changed the name to Motown. So I thought that was pretty amazing to get this. This is from 1961. Label, I think this is a reissue, but it's a Drifters, and I have Up on the Roof on the A side, and the back is Please Stay. And the third one, I just like this song. It's Judy in Disguise. Let's see, it's upside down here. Judy in Disguise. It's a fun song. So those are my 345s. A record store purchase you actually listen to. Well, I don't have a record store in my town or near me that participates in Record Store Day. So what I do is I go online the next day and see what's left over. And in 2022, I really wanted the Peter Gabriel Live Blood re-release because it has additional songs on it from that 2011 CD that was brought out. So I'll just show you this. This is the only Record Store Day thing I have in my collection. And it's 3 discs. And I just enjoy the music of Peter Gabriel. So I'm glad that I have that. Number 17, you can be reincarnated as any artist, dead or alive. Who is it? Well, I'll just say that I like being me, but I know this is pretend. So I chose Cyndi Lauper. Here's her debut album. And I just went to her concert and I'm wearing the shirt. And it's because she has a 5-octave vocal range. I love her unique dancing. I've always liked all her clothes. I mean, she wore vintage in the 80s, but now she wears designer clothes. And I just enjoy her entertainment. She's a lot of fun and has a good sense of humor. Number 18, the best 3 lines in a song. I'm going to choose Keb Mo, If Nobody Loves You. The line is, if nobody loves you and you're feeling like dust on an empty shelf, just remember you can love yourself. And I'll leave a link to this song in the description. I tend to remember lyrics that are funny. And number 19, an album you never tire of. I'm going to go with Elton John's first album in the United States. It has Your Song, Border Song, and Take Me to the Pilot, and I like The Greatest Discovery, which wasn't a single. I just think this is a beautiful classical inspired album, and I love Elton John and Bernie Taupin's music. And the last question, favorite VC channel? Well, I have lots of subscriptions and I try to watch them all. If I get overwhelmed, I just put them in to watch later and eventually watch them. So if you hear from me in the comments in a couple, 3 days after your video posts, that's why. But I can't really say I have a favorite, but I want to do a few shout outs. Number 1, welcome back, Todd the Mod. It's good to have you back. Number 2, young LP lovers Curtis. He did a wonderful Bob Marley ranking video, and what's cool is he has all the Bob Marley albums, originals too. And I just enjoyed that video, and he did his homework, I could really tell. Number 3 is my most recently sub person. It's Stephanie West, and I look forward to getting better acquainted with you. And number 4 is Robert Fithen's Final Addiction intervention video. I thought this was very funny. And what I appreciated is it probably took a lot of work to make that video, all the costumes and all the characters and the lines he made up. And my favorite part was when he said that they tried to find his friends, but boy, you don't have any friends because you're a vinyl collector. So if you haven't had a chance to watch this video, check it out. It's very funny. So those are my answers to the 20 questions. Thank you, Edward, for taking the time to make these. It was fun to answer them. To my viewer, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great 2025. Take care.